I'm live. Oh, shoot. I, co- I completely forgot to set up my laptop to see if my stream's actually going. Shoot. 9 a.m. so early for me. Give me a second. Sorry. Oh, I mean, I don't think anyone's here anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, I've considered making a second account that's literally just called Scratch's Monitor, so they could be funny. Okay. Because right now I don't have like a second account that watches. It's just like on my um thing on my computer. No account. I just go into Twitch, look at my own stream. Um, ooh, considering moving this stream to later in the day. I'm a bit of a night owl. I don't know if you could tell. Hold on a second. Hello, Clementine. How's my baby? Let me refresh this window. Am I live? I am. Wow, I haven't been talking to. I mean, I have been talking to no one, but I haven't been um not recording. Hey, it's set up real quick. That's right. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good to go. Okay. I'm gonna just call it good enough. But yeah, today is a coding stream. So I'm gonna keep working on my Terraria mod that I started. That is like code bug themed, you know? Just because I've been wanting to work on modding because I want to make my own game eventually, and would be cool to know a little bit about C sharp the fun way first. Okay. Also, I've noticed that every time I use the playlists that are given on Streamlabs Music, my audio gets muted at some points. So maybe I just don't. but but why? But why though? I don't get it. Mm. I thought those musics are supposed to be good resources for us. Uh-uh. All right. Let's open the code. Well, I can open Terraria first. Let me see if that even registers. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, no. Okay. Mm, no, wrong Terraria. Also, my laptop is loading, so I can't even tell if my stream's working. Okay. Okay. Mm, mm. Okay, okay. Oh, I need to do the scene transition. Right. Give me a second. There we go. Transition. Wow. Example mod is updated. Okay. Let's take a look at what we got so far. I forgot I need to change that. I also haven't edited the animation yet from the base animation. Where's my... There it is. So far, all I've added is a pet. And he's not even done. But he is cute. Look at him go. And then he flies. It is cute. I'm gonna update the art for this guy eventually. But right now I'm just sort of trying to get the base concepts down. You know, maybe that's what I can start doing now that I'm done with my my VTuber model for now. I mean, VTuber in quotes, but you know, um, on my art streams on Monday, I can maybe just start working on the pixel art for this mod, because that's also something I need to learn. Pixel art, I am not amazing at that. Oh, okay. So I think that's all we have for this mod so far. Here, let me double check. Also, let me open up my code. Well, to do that, I need to go through Terraria. I mean, I don't need to go through Terraria, but it's just easier. Okay, so workshop, develop, and open folder. Now you guys can't see the folder. Well, I don't know if... I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Momo! My child needs attention. Poor baby. So we got buffs, items, and pets, but the only item we have is basic sword. And we have a pet. We have code bug. I feel like you guys should be able to see the folders. And like, should I just do a screen cap for this stream? So I don't have to keep like transitioning? Because I'm going to be switching a lot between like the code and other stuff. Okay, let's just see how I feel about not doing that for now. Let's open up the code for... Here, let's just do the projectile. And let's switch to that in Streamlabs. Code. Swap. This is going to be a slight issue. I need to move my little VTuber guy, because he's going to be in the middle of all the code. maybe I leave my little PNG guy out of it this time. Here, let me switch it up. So go like this. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Okay. How? Oh, there's gonna be the watermark. Oh yeah, that's why I did that. I could be like this. Hold on. This feels like cheating. Alright. How about this? This looks good, right? Right. Yeah, I hope that this code is like legible or readable to people. If not, my bad. Yeah. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a code review for what we've got so far. We've got the code bug projectile, code bug item, code bug buff, and I guess I could show you the basic sword. And a basic sword. This basic sword code comes with the mod. Like when you start developing a mod, you can tell it to give you this. I like doing that just to set up a baseline. Sorry, I'm eating my breakfast. Ugh, I am not a morning person. I also had a hard time getting to sleep last night, so more reasons I'm struggling. Okay, so we've got a codebug pet. I'm pretty happy with how this codebug pet came out, code wise. So I think development on that is done. And not the art, but the code. Okay, so what do I want to make next? Let's see. Well, also I need to make sure I have the example mod open. So, it's in my games, Terraria, mod loader, sources, example mod. Okay. I feel like it's kind of important for you guys to see the folders that I'm working with here. I might just do a screen cap. Mama. Oh my goodness. Hey, no, sweetie. My baby needs attention. Give me a second. Hello, sweetie pie. Wait, can this thing see me? What? That's crazy. Wait, no, it can't. It can. Ooh. Okay. So, hmm. What do I want to make? Oh, yeah. Also, I don't have my volunteering thing today, so I can code for longer. So, yeah. I suppose I'll make up I'll make up the slowness of today's start by going a little longer. So my Discord refuses to open. I had some recommendations on there, but guess not. All right. Who needs that? Not me. Hmm. Well, let's just take a look at the example mod, shall we? Also, I'm gonna do a screen cap so you guys can see my folders. Okay. Oh right, now you guys can see my OBS. That's fine. Uh, I just realized I don't need to keep moving these around. I can literally just like turn off the visuals on one. And then, like, yeah, I could just do that. Okay. Anyway. OBS, scary. Or not OBS, this is Streamlabs. So, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, my brain is still turning on. So yeah, we can look at example mod here, see all the different things. Like, what do I want to learn how to make? Boss could be cool, but I feel like that would also take a lot of time and start smaller, you know? Maybe a mount could be cool. Get like a neuro dog mount would be neat. What else? Tiles? I don't know what sort of tiles I'd want to make for this. Oh god. I just the bean biome. That'd be hilarious. Hmm. Hairs. I could learn how to do hairs. It's like you could give yourself the hairstyle, the Ellie Minibot hairstyle. Hmm. Emote bubbles, dust, damage classes, currencies. Oh, I should learn how to make a summon weapon. Yeah, because, like, okay, I wanted to learn how to make a mount and a summon weapon, at least. Also, an NPC. I mean, I know how to make NPCs, sort of. They're really complicated. Well, compared to other things in this mod, in Terraria modding. But, yeah, NPCs are probably one of the hardest things to mod in Terraria, right next to bosses. Bosses are probably harder. All right. Um, let's do mounts first. Let's figure out how to do mounts. So, there's example minecart and example mount. Okay, so let's see what example mount does in Terraria itself. Da, 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 Oh, right, my freaking inventory is full of swords. Because this is one thing I do not like about the example mod. Is that every single enemy drops a sword that do not stack with each other. So your inventory just gets absolutely cluttered with these things. Alright. So it has a little example card keys. It's like that's the items for like the this pet summoning one. Do that. Where do those balloons come from? Okay, so we got like this. Alright. So it's pretty simple. There's no animation to this except for the balloons, but I feel like that's a separate thing. I feel like those balloons have already exist in Terraria in a different place. And they just sort of added them on. So let's take a look at the code. Hold on, I haven't opened the code yet. Let's close these. So, example mount. It doesn't use any modded directories, so that's interesting. Behaves similarly to the unicorn mount. There's 3 balloons. Hmm. So does this one not need a projectile? So you can change like different statistics about it here. Sorry, I'm just finishing up my apple. Okay. So many delays, so many delays. Right. Let the coding begin. So there is an animation. Example mount front, example mount back. There's a front and a back? What does it mean? What does this mean? That looked the exact same to me. I'm gonna open. What is there no open with? Can I do that for multiple? Open this with Krita. These are the exact same. Like none of these are. Okay, so it could have an animation, but it just doesn't. Open with Krita. Okay, what is example mount back and front? Like, what is the difference? Literally nothing. You can't tell. Okay. Why is there a back and a front? Okay, so maybe it's because of the balloons. Since only a single instance of this server exists, we can use player.mount specific data to store additional data required to a specific mount. Things like this for gameplay effects would require mod player syncing, but this example is purely visual. Okay. Oh, so this is for this is balloon code. Right here. I should copy the code over, actually. So copy you, and then I go to content, new folder, mounts, paste. Go neurodog mount, open, and then this needs to be LE mini mod. Is that how I did the caps? I need to open another thing. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm nothing if not consistent. Okay, so that needs to change. Example mount. This is Neurodog. Neurodog mount. Okay, so this is balloons. I mean, I don't really want it. No, it doesn't need balloons, but this will be interesting to see what it does. Okay, so car specific data. So this is all right. So I can name that whatever I want. They're making a class here that's specific to this file. So I'm just gonna save, even though I've done basically nothing because I'm traumatized. Check how many balloons are still left. Oh, so I could change how I could change the amount of balloons. Okay, let's make it like 10. I just want to see what that looks like. All right. Mm, also, I'm gonna need an item that summons this, right? Like, I can't just. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's set our own little values here. Let's do like 20. Let's do 25. Jump speed. Do 5. Use a double jump. Sure. Ooh. Constant jump? Yeah, why not? Right between the mount and the ground. It's just like a pixel. Oh no, it's just like how much bigger it makes your hitbox, I think. Fall damage multiplier. There's a fall damage multiplier. Okay, so it reduces your fall damage. Okay. So if I made that 0, you just wouldn't take fall damage in the mount. Speed of the mount. Okay, so what if I made it like slower but accelerates faster? Dash speed. There's a dashing state. Wait, so run speed and dash, those are different? Okay, so what if I swap the values? Amount of time in frames a mount can be in a state of flying. Oh, so this is okay. So this basically just is the wing time for the mount, if it can fly or not. Fatigue. The ID number of the buff assigned to the mount. Okay, so what is fatigue? Oh, I'm gonna need an example. I'm gonna need a buff mount icon. Lol. Okay. Effects, mount data, spawn dust. Okay, so this is how they spawn the dust when the thing moves. This is the buff when the thing is put on. So buff type, buffs dot. Okay, so I'm gonna need to make a new buff type for this. So let's go. Da, da, da. So I go content buffs. Wait, why doesn't the codebug one have its buff in the buffs folder? Okay, so let's go here. Content buffs. And then this is what? Example mount alphabet. Example mount buff. Okay, so I'm gonna need to make this as well. So let's copy this code over. Copy. Paste. And rename it. Hero dog mount buff. Change the namespace to mini mod. Public class. Rename this here. Hero dog mount mod buff. And then main buff, no time display. So this code's pretty simple. And by pretty simple, I mean really simple. Okay, so let's change this to Hero dog mount. Okay. Well, that's done. Save. I'm just gonna need to make the image for that now. That's fine. So that's the buff. Hero dog mount. Okay, so I wonder what would happen if you allowed double jumping but also flying. Because I don't think there are any mounts like that in Terraria right now. I mean, I don't. It wouldn't do you much, but ID number of the buff assigned to the mount. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, so this needs to change to Euro dog mount buff dust dot sparkle mod. Okay, so this is their own custom dust. I'm going to exclude that for now. So we'll have no dust on ours. Okay, so now this is for the frame data. So it's got 4 frames of animation. Enumerable repeat mount data total frames to array. Okay, so if I wanted to add more frames of animation, I would just add more frames, obviously. Fills an array with values for less repeating code. What is this? Enumerable dot repeat? What? Player Y offset. Oh. I don't know what that is really trying to say, but I think this is just moving the player up by 20 frames when you are in the mount. That's what I think. And then this is, where is the other thing? Hit between mountain and ground. So this adds to your hitbox. And I think this moves your player up visually. So, mount data X, Y. Why are those not 20? Player head offset. Body frame 3. Standing. Oh. Okay, so standing frame count. Okay, so there's a standing and then there's a moving. Okay. Ah. So this is where you specify what frames are what. Okay, so this is like a more in-depth breakdown into how you specify animation frames. Before I've just sort of been doing it by eye, but because I never got like a breakdown like this. Okay, this is actually good to know. Got a standing frame count, so it's 4 frames that count as standing, 4 frames that count as running. Running frame delay, so there's 12. I don't know what frame delay means. Maybe it's like 12 units of time before the next frame plays? I don't know what the unit of time is. It's definitely not seconds. Or maybe it is. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you because the thing's not actually animated. So there's flying frames, in-air frames, idle. Standing and idle. What's the difference between standing and idle? Idle frame loop, true. Ugh. Interesting. But, give me a second. I'm going to... Actually, I need to go to the bathroom, so I will be right back. And hey, I know how to do a thing now. So, like, I can go like this, and then, getting the inner workings of how I do transitions. And like this. So this should transition for you guys. Yeah, okay. I should have a thing that says be right back, but yes, I will be right back. Hey, I'm back. Give me a second. Long time not to say hello. Momo. Alright. I'm back. Alright, so if we want to do like a flying animation for this thing, then we're gonna have to add a lot more frames. Though, I mean, Narrow Dog, I don't think it should fly, right? We could do a different mount for that. We could do the quadcopter for Storm. In air, idle, swim. Oh. So it can have a swimming animation as well. Interesting. Okay, what is this? Mount data dot texture width. Mount data back texture dot width plus 20. What 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 this mean? Okay, so I still don't know why there's two different textures. Why there's like a back texture and a front texture. Still confused by that. Okay, so balloon texture equals request texture 2D cut symbol accessory balloon. Okay, so these are simple accessories. Oh, so that's a, I guess, oops. I guess accessories like vanities count as armor? Yeah, they do. Simple robe, simple. I don't have a simple accessory in here. What's the pathing? Armor. It's just in armor. Why is it in armor? Armor simple SSSS. There it is. There's no code for it. It's just there's no code for it. Why is there no code for it? I guess you don't need the code for it. It's just sort of like that. What? How does that work? Oops. The the forgetting how Terraria works, even though I've played this game for over 4,000 hours. Simple. Oh my god. Wait, what's the item called? I should turn on modded filter. Where's the balloon item? Does it not have an item? Example breastplate, example hood, example helmet. This is an armor. Maybe it's just in here. Example instance item, quest fish, signal. Is it just not an item you can have, but it's just a part of the code for this specific thing? I am so confused. Momo, hello, baby. It's not a weapon. Placeable, maybe? Lamp, living fire, pylon. Well, Okay, well, I see where it is, at least. So this is here. Let me copy this file path thing. So it's in items and then armor and then vanity is in armor. I want to make that eventually. So items, new folder, armor, new folder, vanity. But for now, let's just take this and I'll still have it in here just for simple code purposes. Oh, oh, oh. Buttons. Okay. So, my assets are, okay, so I go content item. And, oh, so this path thing doesn't change at all. Mod.assets.request texture 2D. Okay. So that should be able to read the balloons code now. Just gonna add a comment for myself. Imagine misspelling balloon when it's literally spelled right below where you're spelling it. It's balloon texture. It's right. The armor folder. Okay, this code simulates some wind resistance for the balloons. Okay. Okay, so this is rotation. Math abs rotation. Math abs. This variable, it's set point directly to the I index. It's like an alias. I don't know. It must change with the user's speed, but I don't know where that even gets applied. Balloon movement scale. Play around. No. Okay. No. This just means that balloon movement scale is a variable in the specific class that we made for this mount. Balloon count. I equals 0. I is less than balloon count, then increase I. Oh, okay, so what increase? I made 10 balloons, so reference variable, it's set point directly to the I index in the rotation array, so it works like an alias here. Don't know what an alias is. Math absolute rotation is less than math helper pi dot pi over 2. Pi over 2, okay. It's less than pi than 2. The balloon movement scale is multiplied by -1. Okay. I must pet the child. Hello, baby. Hello, sweetie. How's my little girl? Good baby. Oh my goodness. Daddy, you're crunchy. Oh my goodness. The child required my attention. Alright. So, to be honest, I have no clue how this works. Oh, okay, there's player velocity. So rotation plus equals player velocity times balloon movement scale. Okay, so it is affected by player's velocity, which makes sense. Let's go spawn some dust. And they're making dust. You know, I could add the dust. Just copy their dust over for now. Here, why don't I do that? Let's keep the dust. And because there's a lot of like dust effects that you could add. So I feel like I should eventually learn how to do dust. And I feel like dust probably isn't that easy. It isn't that hard to do. So here, let's go. So we need a dust folder. That's it. Okay. So we go to content, new folder, dust. And what dust do they use? Dust.sparkle. All right. Dust sparkle. Copy. Paste. Alright. I'm gonna look at the code for that real quick. Sparkle mod dust. Let's change the namespace to. Okay, this is the one that's in the correct folder. Alright. Mini mod sparkle on spawn. Multiply dust start velocity. Okay, so it's dust velocity, no gravity, emits no light. So you can make it emit light. I'm gonna say false. And multiplies the dust initial scale. Calls every frame the dust is active. I don't think there's any other things I would need to replace in here. Okay. It's just like how the dust moves around. I mean, dust seems really simple. Alright, we got our dust, so we can not ignore the dust now. Alright. So this adds dust. Okay, so normally mounts do have their own dust particle system. But this replaces it. Okay, also, I'm going to move over the PNG for now of what they got in here. So go content, mounts. I'm just going to move this over for now. Copy, paste, and then rename. Dog. Need to make sure that the caps are the same, because if not, it might not read the actual image file. Dog. Right. We will change these, but for now, it'll just look exactly like the cart. All right. Hello, baby. Draw is called for each mount texture we provide. So we can check draw type to avoid duplicate draws. What does draw mean? Player draw data. What does this code mean? So car specific data to mount. Draw data. So is this like where the sprite is placed? Texture 2D balloon equals okay. Balloon texture dot value. I'm just gonna save this for now. And let's reload the mod. So here. Wait, I don't have an item to spawn it in. Hold on. We need to get that done first. So that would be in what items? Content, items, mounts. Okay, so it's items and then mounts in items. So content, items, new folder, mounts. Okay. let's copy these over. Copy, paste, change the name. Okay. And change this name. No. Okay. Let's open you. Change the namespace. Momo. Okay, so this uses this, so I need to change this as well. Example mount item. Dog mount item. Mod item. Width, height, use time, use animation, swing. I guess this doesn't really matter if you're going to be immediately put into a mount anyway. Maybe? I don't know. Sell price, rarity, item sound. Okay, example mount needs to be changed to Neuro dog mount. Ow. Okay, so this is for recipe creation. All right, I'm going to. Well, I'm not going to get rid of recipe creation here, but I'm going to make it craftable with. What am I? I'll make craftable stone. How about that? So let's take a look at the code bug item I did. Content, pets, code bug item. Meow. Oh my goodness. Alright. Save you. Turn it over. Clementine. She's always like this in the morning. She needs her petties. She needs her petties. Yes. Yes, she needs her petties. There's my baby. Silly little thing. Man, I know how to hook up my camera, but I don't want to like show my face, at least not now. But I definitely want to show you Clementine because she is adorable. Right, did I save? I think I did. Alright, now we should be good to reload. Shop, develop, reload. Alright, let's see what errors we got. Okay, Neuro Dog Mount 27. Mount 27. It's pretty early. 11. Oh, did I spell it wrong? No. Did Okay, I'm just gonna double check that. Okay, that is the same. System. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Oh, car specific. Anywhere it says that. Okay, F R specific data. Instead of car, say dog. Mama. Alright. That might have been all the errors, actually. Which, I basically copied the whole code over, so there should not be errors. Retry. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Dusts. Okay, that needs an S, I guess. Let's go to content. Dust. Yeah, it's plural. Okay. Dust plural. Also, I need to change the thingy item mounts. Wait, I can. Dog mount buff. That's the that's just the buff. Wait, I don't have the buff icon. Shoot. Buffs. Sample mount buff. Let's just move this over for now. Content buffs. Neuro dog mount buff. Alright, need that. I also need to change the localization. So that would be nope. Content? No. Mini mod. Localization, JSON. Notepad. And I need to add the item here and the buff. Okay, so go like this. And this is NeuroDog item. NeuroDog mount item. Meow. NeuroDog mount item. Say that for now. No, I should do metal bone. Hello, Clementine. Oh my goodness. Hey. Okay, so that's the item tooltip. And there's buffs. I need the new buff. And this one is just NeuroDog buff. NeuroDog mount buff. NeuroDog mount buff. NeuroDog buff. It also wants the bean. Save that. Got NeuroDog mount buff. NeuroDog mount item. That should be everything. And no Clementine. Poor baby. She's so lonely. So lonely. Save you. Okay. Now we should be good. Let's try reloading. Get loading mods. Blah, 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 blah. Workshop. Develop. Build. Reload. Okay. We are in the clear. Also, I should fix that glitchiness. Alright, so let's test and see. Let's get some stone. Stone. Should be able to craft. There it is. Metal bone. Might summon a robotic dog of some sort. I equip this. Get rid of you. Oh! What? I think it's because I added too many balloons. Oh no. Oh no. Oops. Okay, let's change the balloon count back to what it was. I'm just going to change that to 3. Uh-oh. Nothing can ever work the first time. Okay. That was wild. Okay, so let's reload that. Why did it crash the game? Mod test world. Let's try this again, shall we? Huzzah! Okay. Okay, so we got... Okay, this is example mount. But... Oh. Okay, so I think the crash just completely deleted that. Alright. Let's try that again. Stone. The item's still there, which is good. Let's see if we crash the game. We don't. Okay, it was that. That's our jump. Okay. So, we got our mount. Let's see what the tooltip says. Your dog buff. Okay, so that's good. This child. Clementine. Please. Okay, so like... What's the difference in speed? Because I swapped the dash and the run speed. So... Okay, so I think also the acceleration is different. I think, okay, so dash might be its top speed. Okay, so this goes at 58. This is our Neuro Dog version. This also goes at 58. Yeah. So it's like the unicorn, you know, the unicorn mount has like an additional dash that it can do. So I guess that is like... But when does it enter the dash state? I don't know. Alright. So we got a Neuro Dog. I mean, in quotes, Neuro Dog. I could probably do some programmer art to make it actually look like a Neuro Dog, and I don't need the balloons. Also, the sparkles. They're kind of cool, but maybe I'll make them my own. Also, our sparkles should emit light. So, let's go to an unlit area. Okay. Alright, so our sparkles do emit light. And let's swap to the other one. It does... They do? So why did it say that they didn't emit light when they do? Weird. Huh. Okay. Well, we've got a mount in, but I want to make it at least a little visually distinct. But is there any other code that we would need to do for this mount? Let's see, let's see. Well, since this is a coding stream, maybe I will do... I'll get like the baselines in for all the items that I want first. And then in my art stream, I can do the pixel art for them. Yeah, I think that's good. How many balloons are still... Okay. This balloon thing is gonna drive me crazy. Like, why did changing the count of balloons make it explode? Also, I want to see how... I want to see what happens if we let it fly. Oh, and we need to make sure that the flying animation isn't just 0 for doing that. So let's do 4, 12, 0, 4, 12, 0, 4. Okay, so I mean, this honestly doesn't matter. Okay, so save. Let's reload the mod. The workshop, develop, build, reload. So now it should be able to fly. Let's take a look at that. There we go. Take to the skies! Okay, how long is 1,000? That's a lot. 1,000 is a lot. Wait, no. Is it because I have soaring insignia on? It might be. Here, let's take that off and try this again. Alright. Here's 1,000. Nope, still a lot. Still a lot. Okay. It's still going. It's still going. Okay, there we go. That is funny. Okay. Alright, so 1,000. That's a lot. Alright, well, Neurodog doesn't fly, so I will revert those changes. I just wanted to see what it looked like. Okay, let us save this file, save. Alright, we got our own custom mount. Actually, I want to make it attack. How do you make a mount that attacks? Ooh, I might be able to look at the minecart one, because minecarts, when they go fast enough, do damage. But I don't know if it's gonna be in there. Here, let's see. Buff, no. Mounts, minecart mount. Oh. This doesn't have any info on how it doesn't attack. Yeah, I don't know how to make it attack. Okay, so we got balloons. Let's take a look at this. See if there's any spot we could possibly put it. Mount data, fatigue max, buffs, example mount buff. Mod content. Would it be under miscellaneous? This is just the frame data. Update effects. That's just the wind resistance on the balloons. Honestly, for Neurodog, I'm probably just gonna turn that off. Wait, maybe it's in the buff? Cause like, okay, let's take a look. What's an amount that attacks? Okay, mounts. I know this one attacks. Whee! Let's get something for it to attack. Okay, those are a little too weak. Let's try that again. Yeah, I want something like this. But how? But how? Can't get rid of that. How do I do this? First off, let's look at the projectile ID for that laser. Projectile IDs. What is that called? The death laser. There's a lot of lasers in this game. Mini retina laser. Laser ray. Okay, so this is the unfriendly one, I think. Unless there isn't a friendly one. Okay, minecart mech laser. That could also work. Okay, no, Scuttlix laser. Okay. So this is what I want. This Scuttlix laser. At least for now. But how do I make a mount just attack? How do I make a mount attack? That is a good question. Is it like, does it need to detect if there is a enemy in a certain field and then just spawn in the attack? So would that be miscellaneous? I don't know. Simple accessory balloon. Okay, so first off, for Neurodog, I'm going to... But I don't know what this is. I'm going to keep this code alive because I don't know what that would kill if I got rid of it. But any other balloon-related code, I'm going to comment out. Okay. So this is all just balloon code. So let's comment this out. Yes, I'm even commenting on the comment lines. I just like making it all one big block so that I know. Alright, so that is all balloon code. Let's save. Mounted. Actual visuals for the mount. Okay, so this is just for dust. There's no balloon calling in this one. So, duplicate draws. Variable balloons. Okay. We draw some extra balloons before back texture. Okay, do I even... This might be for the balloons. I'm going to comment it out and see what happens. Okay, let's denote this as more balloon code. File. Save. First off, let's just try to load this. Load. Okay, it reloads. Let's see if it crashes the game. Test world. Okay, now it just has no balloons. Okay. And it has no sparkles now. Our sparkles have died. Why no sparkle? Why no sparkle? I thought that we added dust. I thought this was the dust code. Where is the dust mentioned? Okay, so this is spawn dust. So I guess that's like when you equip the mount, it spawns the dust. Oh. Is there any dust in this code? There is. Where's the thing where it says... Yeah, okay. So... Okay. So that is balloon code. Alright, so let's go. Here... We uncomment these. Okay. That is balloon code. This whole thing is not balloon code. Alright. So that's the dust code. Let's save that. Oops. Build reload. Single player. Test world. Now we have dust again. Okay. Alright. So that's good for now. Yeah, I have no clue how I'm going to make this attack. Though I could look at the dust data. Because, like, the dust spawns if we're moving fast enough. right? But you could spawn a projectile if we're with like the same logic, right? Okay, so what does it say? So this is effects. Update effects player. Hmm. So what is a rectangle? Rect equals player get wrecked. Get wrecked! It might just be like get the hitbox. Rect X, rect Y, rect width, rect height, mod content, dust type, dust dot sparkle. Huh. I might have something for this because in my last coding stream I mentioned that I had a documents, games, Terraria, mod sources. I had a projectile in one of my other mods for an NPC that is able to give you a buff. And I think I had to do something weird to do that. So, yeah, I had to do this. So, player equals main dot player projectile owner. Hmm. Okay, so this I think checks for the player's collision box. And then if it collides with the player's collision, then it adds the buff to them. But it doesn't really help. Huh. Huh. Well, let's look at how a weapon does it. Let's look at like an example bow. So we go weapons, items, weapons. Example. Well, needs to be something without ammo. Let's do a javelin. Example javelin. Oh wait, this is an ammunition thing. Is it an ammunition? Why is it stacked to 999? Weird. Maybe not this one. Maybe example gun or something. Example gun. See item properties, use properties. Item use style dot shoot. Auto use true. Weapon properties. Item dot damage type. Item damage 20 knockback. Not melee true. Gun properties. Okay. Huh. How do I... How do I spawn in a projectile? Also, would there need to be a folder I access to even do that? So, like, let's look at example gun again. What folders does it access? Data structures, ID, mod loader. No. Mm. Example minigun? Okay, so nothing super special. I probably need to consult the Discord for this one. But for now, let's try to make something else so I don't just sit here and scratch my brain the whole time. I really want to know how to do this. Okay, so there needs to be some sort of condition for it to spawn. It needs to be able to sense an enemy nearby. Let's look at summoner. Let's look at a summon code. So, go to weapons, summon. Maybe it's in projectiles. Or maybe it's in its own folder. No. Projectiles. Minions. Example minion. Alright. Because minions spawn in and run around and kill things. And they're able to seek and destroy. The weapon you use. Summon the minion. Mod buff icon. You can click to spawn the minion. And the minion itself. Example simple minion. Advanced minion. Yeah. I just want to know how minion tracks things, unless it's like hidden code. Simple minion lets the player target anywhere on the whole screen while using a controller. Other values are supported. So okay, so this is how many minion slots it requires. It's not something I'm looking for right now. These below are needed for a minion weapon. No melee, blah 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 blah. Example simple minion. So it adds a buff. So maybe it's in the buff. Source, okay. Variable projectile is equals projectile dot new projectile. Then have original damage assigned to the damage of the summon item. Okay, so this is basically like summoning a minion. But instead of normal minion code, it's mount code. Because minions do damage, so. Okay, so maybe the item needs to change. It needs to have some sort of damage value, but take a look at the scuttler code. I mean not the code, the item. Mounts. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about damage, but it does damage. Main mouse world. I just want to see the AI where the minion tracks the enemies. Minion sacrificable. Homing. Makes minion go through tiles freely. False. Damage class summon. Can cut tiles. contact damage. General behavior. Okay, so the AI of this minion is split into multiple methods to avoid bloat. This method just passes values between calls actual parts of the AI. If owner is dead, clear the buff. Owner has buff, projectile time left 2. Float minion position. Vector to idle position. So that teleports it to the player. Spasma mini. Okay. Projectile position equals idle position. If a minion is flying, you want to add that. Fix overlap with other minions. Start search distance. Okay, so search for targets. Okay, this is something I'd want. So bright void, search for targets, player owner, out bool found target, out float, distance from target. Okay. Target center equals projectile dot position. Found target. Okay. Starting search distance. So this is how far away we'll be able to sense the attack from. Sense the monsters from. This code is required for your minion weapon. If your minion has a target feature, yeah, it wouldn't. Reasonable distance away so that it doesn't target across multiple screens. Yeah. If not found target. Okay, so if not found target. So if true, so if the target is found, is what that's saying. If found target. Okay, so I think this. Okay, I think the minion that they have, the example minion, shoots a projectile. So back. Minion. Example minion. Okay, let's take a look at how this attacks. Interesting. Is that a melee or was that a projectile? Let's slime it in more slimes. Okay, I did not get enough info on that. I think it might be melee. Like, the minion might have contact damage. Let's... Oh. Okay, it's a contact damage minion. Okay, well... we can have it spawn a projectile instead. Okay, let's take a look back at the code. Okay, so if found target. This code is required either way, used for finding the target. Large seen in the movement code below. Close through wall, what is that? Friendly needs to be set to true so the minion can't deal contact damage, but it does deal contact damage. It's false if it doesn't damage things like target dummies while idling. Both things depend on if it has a target or not. You don't need this assignment if your minion is shooting things instead of dealing contact damage. Okay, is there a code for a minion that does shoot things? Because that's what I need. Doesn't look like it. here for attacking. If found target, it has target attack here, fly towards the enemy. Doesn't have a target, it's just idle. Okay. Visuals. Okay. So. Right. How do we get a minion that shoots things? Also don't know. Let's close that. Okay, so also this something that confuses me here. Minions summon. Okay, so this is an example simple minion. This has the item, the buff, and the animation in the minions category. So is it not an item? Because normally I would think it'd be in weapons. And it's not. So it's all in the minions thing. Which is, I guess it's items. Where is it? Hold on. MC's pets. No, projectiles. Yeah, it's in projectiles. Why? I don't know. But I should make that. Um, hmm, hmm. Maybe it's a part of the buff. I don't know. Here, let's go back to our mod here. Content. We need a projectile folder. Projectiles. New folder. Minions. I mean, I'm not adding this yet, but for the future, because I do want to add minions, so. Okay. So if I add this minion attacking code to this, then what? So where's the attacking start? Simple. Okay, so this is the projectile. So they added it all in one code. Why? I don't know. So this is the minion item that creates the item. This is the projectile. And where's the other thing? Because I am in the projectile. I guess it's just those two. Yeah. So do I create a class within the Neurodog mount? I wonder what would happen if I just copied this over. Would it'd probably freak out. I'd want to see what happens though. So okay, so let's see how this behaves. It says mount data. I wonder if mount data.attack is a thing. You know what? Why am I pondering? Let me just look it up. Modding how to make mount with projectile. And this is just how to make a projectile. Spinning weapon. No. Okay. Apparently the Google does not know. Right. So Dust.sparkle. Um, hmm, hmm. So example content dot projectiles dot minions. So that's why it's in minions, because it, yeah. Okay, so that was the other thing I was looking for, the buff. And the buff is literally just like it displays the thing. Okay. Now what? That's the item, which I don't need. I'm looking for the projectile here. Okay, let's see what this does. So we have a separate item. Let's get rid of this. So we have ours split up into three things. So got the buff, the item, and the mount. Theirs for the minion is all in one file for some reason. But we're currently working on this, which is our projectile equivalent. So we got the frame data, we got dust summoning effects, we got the mount specific data. Okay, so we shouldn't need this part. Shouldn't need like the thing where it declares what it is. So let's see what we did declare it as. Mod mount. Yeah. Do I need to make a mod projectile as well? Maybe I do need to make a mod projectile. If I want the Neurodog to have a projectile. Which I do. Example simple minion projectile. Okay, let's open up an example projectile. Just a basic one. Example custom. No, example javelin. No. No. Piercing projectile? Sure. So this is a projectile. AI type projectile ID. Okay, so copies AI of any given projectile. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think all I need is this. It needs to call a projectile. Okay. I'm slowly working my brain through this. So, items, weapons. Let's go to like a shooting sword. There we go. So when you use this item, it's a swing. Where is it? Okay, item.shoot. Okay, so it does item.shoot. And then item.shoot speed. Okay. So would that work with the minion? I mean, not the minion, the mount. If I did item.shoot. Okay, so let's put it in a weird spot. Let's say like if we're moving fast enough, let's shoot item.shoot. This is probably not gonna work, but I don't care. Item.shoot equals projectile ID dot, what's the projectile ID I'm looking for here? If it's this simple, I'll be both happy and sad. Okay. Making sure. And the shoot speed, let's just copy this. So this doesn't track for enemies, it's just like, if we're running fast enough, it'll just shoot. In theory. I'm expecting this not to load. Yeah. Okay. Non-static field or properly item.shoot. An object reference is required for the non-static field method or property item.shoot. So that's not going to work. So how do we spawn a projectile in without item.shoot? What would do that? What would do that? What would do that? A projectile that shoots more projectiles? Item.shoot. I don't know. I don't know. Go to... If we go to projectiles... And the minions... It's just this code, that's it. Because nowhere in there is there item.shoot. I mean, this minion doesn't shoot a projectile, but... Well, maybe... Okay, let's go to sample minion. Does it do item.shoot? It does. It shoots out a sample minion. A simple minion. And then... This is the mod projectile simple minion. And this affects the AI of the projectile. Does it? Maybe. Maybe we have the item shoot out a projectile that shoots out projectiles. If you get what I'm saying. Okay, so let's see. Let's make this shoot first off. So let's go here for minion weapon. Okay, I think I just need this. So if I added this, buff type. Is there... Do I not have a buff type already? Item.mount type. Damage type. Damage class summon. Buff type. No buff time because otherwise I'm to something like movement duration. Item shoot. Mod content. Projectile. Okay. Okay, let's just get rid of this part and then just make it shoot. Oh. Item shoot. And I go like this. But it's going to need a damage if it's shooting a projectile. Okay, so first off, I'm going to comment this out here. Wait. I didn't... Did I? No, I think it's an item. Alright. Simple minion. Okay. And then we'll do a a little bit of damage here. It doesn't need to cost mana. Let's just save this. Dog mount. Save. Let's see if this reloads. Okay, so in theory, this should shoot a Scuttlix projectile when I summon the mount. Okay. Okay, so that did work. So it summons a mount and it shoots projectile. But when I summon it with this, it does not summon the projectile. It's only when I swing with it that it does. So that's not going to work. Because I don't want something that, like, when this spawns in, it spawns in that hidden minion, basically. Okay. So... yeah, we know this isn't going to work. So let's get rid of this. Item. Is there like an on spawn for this thing? Okay, so this is if you use the item. So item mount type. Is there like an item? There's like an item style. It's like if it has a mount type, then it can be equipped. Is that what it is? Is that what this means? Because I don't see any other code that says that this item can be equipped in a mount slot. So this must mean that if you give it a mount type, then it can be equipped in the mount slot. I mean, that is obvious in hindsight, but good to know. So it can be like a weapon, and you can also equip it as a mount? That is interesting. So I guess it wouldn't be in the item. Is there like upon spawning, do something? Upon spawning. Can I just give it a damage value? Mount data. That damage? What if I just added damage? Mount data dot damage. What if I just did that? Okay, and I'm going to get rid of this. Item damage. Item not back. Yeah, I don't need any of this. File. Save. Save this again. And exit here. Oh. Yeah, okay. Mod mount data. Yeah, no. Okay. Now mount data. How do you add damage to a mount? Mount data fall damage to the thing. I'm gonna look up Terraria mount data, see if that comes up with anything. Mount data. Mount database. No. Mount IDs. Mount IDs. mod mount data class reference. Okay. Okay. This is what I needed. Okay. Hey, hey. All right. Let's see if we can get some modding going on. Hey, Green Tea Cat. Welcome. I have been struggling to make a mount in Terraria that shoots things, and I just now thought to look up all the different things you can do with a mount. So, you know, I'm very smart. Uh, Usability. Okay. Oh, so you can give a mount an ability. Hello. Uh, Mount data name. Okay, okay. So update effects. Can also be used for mount special abilities. Definition. This literally has nothing in it. I don't know. Oh, okay. Jump speed update effects. Player. Uh, it's okay. I'm having one of those emote only days as well, but I'm streaming for it, so that's cool. I've been doing like I've been so I've been doing a whole lot of nothing this stream. I mean, I've been trying to figure something out and just absolutely failing at it for like an hour and a half. All right, so it must be like a usability, but I want it to be like something that happens automatically. Like I want to have a mount that like auto attacks when you are on it. So no, that's a thing. So there's aim ability, which I don't need. Auto load. What is this? Automatically load a mount instead of okay. I don't need that. Dismount, draw. Allows for complete customization of mount drawing. Jump height again. Jump speed again. Set defaults. Allows you to set properties of this type of mount. I don't know what that means. It's not expanded upon further. Update effects. So I must create a projectile in the update effects spot. Like it spawns projectile. But how? Mount data get Modders can use player mount. Addition of Okay, have a good breakfast. You'll hear me mumbling in the background. Okay, so usability. I want it to just happen. Okay, update effects. I think we already have something like that. We already have that method in here. So this is not a thing. Yeah, we have update effects here. This is balloon code. Spawns dust for moving fast enough. How do I spawn a projectile? Is this where I put... No, I already tried the item shoot here. How does one shoot a projectile from a mount? So many emotes. uh, Dust, new dust, dust types. I know mounts can do damage. Just like summon. Okay, let's take a look back at the thing. I might just need to make an invisible minion that floats right at the front of the mount. But I don't know. We'll see. Mount data. Okay, so when the mount is aiming, auto load, dismount, draw, jump height, jump speed, set defaults, set the properties. Okay, set mount allows you to just do things when it's spawned in. Custom dust spawning logic is also possible via skip dust parameter. So in the set mount, this will do the thing. Okay, so where is set mount? Set mount, set mount. Do I have a set mount? I do. So this is for the dust. Player.mount mount specific data. It's new. Dog specific data. Do I put a projectile in dog specific data? I could. That's a cute emote. I like that one. Player.mount underscore mount specific data. Internal. I wonder if I can make an internal projectile type. Like an internal item type. I shouldn't need to. Public dog specification data. Set defaults. No. I know I don't need to change these at all. Get rid of that. So all we have in set mount right now is this. I wonder if there's a way to like shoot a projectile here. Set mount. As you make things happen when the mount spawned in, it is useful for player specific initialization. And that is used. Training dust. Update effects could be also. Can also be used for mount special abilities. Yeah, this is probably where I want to update effects. Just chasing my tail here. Update effects. So I'm back to square one. Cool. That is an interesting emote. Okay, new dust. Mount specific abilities. More. This is not super helpful. Okay, so maybe I do like a thing that targets a play, like it's like if this is something. Oh, my brain is having a hard time. So the condition for this is, if we're going fast, I just need to know how to spawn in a projectile. How do without using item.shoot. Well, I could look at how a boss spawns a projectile, if it does. Or an enemy. Here, let's look at content. NPCs. Is there an enemy that shoots a projectile? Or, wait, NPCs shoot projectiles. Oh my god. So do I need to treat it like an NPC? Here. Example person, where Do. Oh, is this gonna be like a custom NPC projectile thing? Uh, da. Town attack projectile. Okay. Projectile. Okay, so I do proj type equals mod. Okay. Town NPC attack projectile. Is that a thing? So, is there public override voids? Can I even add that? Here, what if I try adding this? So I go here, and I go simple minion. No. No, there, there we go. Um, it's a public override, so it should be no, but it's public override. Well, set static defaults. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But there's like proj type. Here, let's see how I did it for my own NPCs. Let's go NPCs. Sure, you. Where do I do the projectile? Where do I do the projectile? Proj type, attack delay. Make it a ton NPC. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your other email. It says too locked in. It's too locked in. Ability. Okay, how do you make an ability do damage? Monk staff. Alt shoot. No. Okay. What if I just... This isn't gonna work, but maybe it'll give me a hint. And then I do... How do you spell you? Scutlicks laser. Here. Oh. Unnecessary tab. Save. Alright, this isn't gonna work, but let's try it, see what it says. Proj types not exist in current content yet. Okay. There's no just universal way to spawn in a projectile. Back delay. One. Dust. I have the projectile ID I need. That's not the problem. The problem is actually knowing how to spawn in a projectile. Without it being a thing in the class. This is where I would need to know more C#. This is where that would come in handy. This is where I'm learning the hard way. So, yeah, we update effects. Okay, how do you create dust? Let's take a look at the dust creation code. So there's dust.new dust. Perfect. Okay, so what if I did projectile.new projectile? Projectile dot new projectile. projectile. Let's take a look at the Terraria projectile. Well, what was it saying before? Not updated attributes. Projectile attributes. Okay, so properties, we got damage class, projectile. So if I did mount instead of item, would that work? I don't know. Damage class count as damage type, get set, armor penetration. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's also look up dust. Terraria dust attributes. Class list. Okay. Static dust. Static void. Okay, so where is like dust? New dust. New dust. Not using dust. Okay, so new dust direct. New dust perfect. Quick dust. What? How's this different from the projectile? What's the first thing that comes up for projectile? Is count its class, find target with line of sight. Okay. Finds the closest NPC to the projectile, which can be target, has line of sight. Okay, so that's a thing. I mean, I shouldn't need that for this. I love the little goose emote. New projectile. Okay, new projectile. So I can do projectile dot new projectile. Static Terraria dot projectile dot new projectile. Okay, how's this different from dust? So static dust dot new dust. Okay, okay, we might be getting somewhere. Terraria dot projectile dot new projectile. Let's try it. Let's try. Okay. Terraria dot projectile dot new projectile, and then I don't know how to do this, but let's take a look at the code. Entity source, spawn source. Okay, so Terraria, projectile, new projectile. Oh, would this be like a public overwrite void? No. Spawns a projectile into the game world with a given type. The spawn position is given its parameters. If main.myPlayer equals player.my to ensure local player status projectile. Okay, let's take a look at float X, float Y. New projectile entity source. So it would be what, player maybe? Player data effects. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the mount code. So update effects player. It's just player. Not entity source. Entity source. Okay, what is this? Oh. Object encapsulates context about the source of the particular spawning event of an item, projectile, NPC, etc. Aids in facilitating mini modding, blah blah blah. Okay. Inherited by Terraria data structures, entity source. Oh. We're not going to explain what this is. I guess not. Okay. Spawn source. What if I just said player? Well, no. Let's look at an example projectile. So we got this is not. So I think they just do AI type bullet. Alright, so what if I go like this? What if I go like this? And then I go here. This needs like project. What am I doing? What am I doing? This just spawns a projectile, right? Layer. Sure. Here. Layer. But I need to do public overwrite void. I don't know. Alright, so copy that. This is gonna yell at me for sure. 1000%. Alright, so projectile ID. And we go to Scuttlex laser. Then we go to here. Friendly, yes. Damage class, summon. Ignore water, true. False, true. Okay. This should not work. But let's see if it does. Yeah. Wait. Did I forget a semicolon somewhere? 112. Expected semicolon. Semicolon? Where does it need a semicolon? I appreciate the emotes in this trying time. Ugh. This is difficult. Yeah, they have their own way of spawning in projectiles. Is there an enemy that spawns in a projectile in this example mod? Mini boss body. Do you summon projectiles? Spawn minions. Okay, so this property uses npc.local AI instead, which does not get synced. But because spawn minions is only used on spawn as a flag, this will set all varies to be true. Upper method to determine the minion type. Minion type. NPC type minion. Okay. Is there a public static in projectile type? Or is that something I just make up? I think that's just something I make up. So, thank you. Oh my god. This is a struggle. This is a struggle. Okay. Minion count. So where else do they use minion type here? Minion type. Okay. Only one other place. So this is just returning. This is just making this shorthand for this. I don't really need that. How do I just spawn in a projectile? Why is this so hard for me? I just do projectile ID. I don't need all this. Projectile ID. Not. Yeah, we do the laser. Back to here. Copy. Paste. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It says less errors. Where is it expecting a 113? It wants a semicolon? It wants it on this? Why does it want it here? I guess I don't need this? So let's go here, projectile, new projectile, entity source, spawn source. What is the difference? Spawns in the projectile, given type. Spawn position is given in world coordinates, speed x, speed y, take the initial velocity. Oh. These all need, those all need to be in the okay. Okay. So this would be projectile ID. So like that, it needs to be in these. And then this that damage type knockback owner equals 250. I wish this gave like an encode example, but it does not. So I need to go static in Terraria, projectile, new projectile. I'm just going to copy this directly and then edit the things I need to edit. Which is probably what I should have done in the first place. Brain break, never. Oh. Oh. Okay, there it is. So where's the other thingy? And then, so this goes there. This needs this. Okay. Okay. Entity source. Don't know what that is. I'm just gonna put player. Spawn source, player. Float X. Float X. Float X. Float X. I'm floating. I don't know what those are. Oh, AI? AI1? Does it pass in information to the projectile? The projectile AI code will have to be written to utilize those values to make sure that the, the return value is the index of the spawn projectile with main projectile array. Make sure that this mod is called only by the client. Yeah. Local player spawn projectile. New projectile direct, maybe? This particular overload uses vector 2 instead of XY. Determine actual spawn position. Try get global projectile. Okay. Gets the instance of a specified global projectile. Safely attempts to get local instance. Okay. So new projectile versus new projectile direct is just like uses vectors instead of that. Vector 2. Okay, so let's see. I think there's something in here that uses vector 2. It's like the dust. Where's the dust? Dust. Where's the dust? Dust, new dust, perfect. Player.center. Vector 2. New vector 2. Okay, let's take a look at this. What do these need? Dust. New dust, perfect. Needs a vector 2 position int type vector 2. Okay. Position type velocity alpha new color scale. So it needs position type. Oh, what about this? It needs a. This doesn't. It's laid out. Okay, so a spawn source. Why does projectile need a spawn source, but dust does not? What if I just made the dust do damage and just had it spawn dust? Just use the dust as a projectile? What if I did that? But dust doesn't have a damage thing it can do. Damage. Uh, Not data dust, phone dust. Simple minion. It's all like item, projectile ID. I just need to summon a projectile. Hmm. Projectile dust. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Main proj pet projectile dot type. That's true. See the pet or minion. Hmm. Let's see if I can do a more in-depth Google search. Yeah, make a mod with the projectile. Multiple projectile hook, spear, projectile IDs, news, create big cannons. What about this? It's for firing multiple projectiles at once. No. Okay. Projectile guide implementation. Okay, but this is not what I need, but it is an example of a hook. So that's when you do public override. And that. Okay. Okay, this is an example of using Terraria projectile new projectile. Okay. So Terraria.projectile.new projectile position.x position.y base speed x float math.sign offset. They're not using it at all. Mod.projectile type test defines what projectile is being used. Where is that? Double delta angle projectiles are being used. The. The. Thank you, very helpful. AI styles. No. Custom ability. Okay, so that's a summoning item, but that's like, alright. I'm gonna make it so a custom modded mount deals damage. Really? Not the right place to ask. Adding mount. Mount, custom mount Terraria. Green mount or summon. Okay. New mod item. Creating mount buff. Creating our mount. Adding the following code. Mount buff. Conclusion. Does not specify how to do mount damage. Okay. Mod data dot buff equals mod content dot buff type. Being buff, no time display. Okay, mod buff. Okay, so you create the buff, create the summon item. None of this mentions anything to do with making it do damage. Yeah. So I already got the mount in the game. I just need the attack. Alright, so it's not super helpful here. Mount item weapon event. Mount loader class reference. Is this the same thing as the mount class reference? Well, chart. Okay, maybe I'll give some sort of aim ability thing. Like on click or something. Usability. While the mount is pressed, while the mount is active, call each tick. Okay, so usability, player, mouse position, toggle on. Does nothing yet. We'll toggle on. Usability. Usability. It's just the exact same code. Alright. Data type. How did I get to like the code? Oh. Huh. Just we know as a player parameter. Game ability. Wait. There's usability, player, vector 2 mouse position. We'll toggle on. Maybe I'll try this. So we go here. Let's just delete this. Let's add a new thingy. I guess be public override. So let's put this here. Override void usability player vector to a 0. What does the dust do? What does the dust use? Vector plus new vector 2? What did I just do? New vector 2. 80. How's that work? Vector 2, mouse position. It'd be mouse position. Vector 2, mouse position. And then we'll go on. Okay, if that's what this is. Okay. Public virtual void. Isn't like override. Public override void. Okay. Ref pool, skip dust, player, vector 2 mouse position. Okay. Okay, what if I make it spawn dust? What if I make it sparkle wherever I click save? 161, 161, 161, 161. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Did I delete something I didn't mean to? Oh. I need to do this. Like this. Don't know what I does for that, but save. Try again. Alright, so the code loaded. Let's see if... Oh. It's okay you're not talking much. I'm not really doing much active stuff, so it's okay. Oh! I did not mean to do that. Look at that. Okay. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? What in the code is making this happen? Oh, it's because it creates the dust at this spot. Okay. Those are all the spots that dust is spawning from. But that should only happen... Oh. I think... Did I not increment I? No, it increments. And I equals 0. I's greater less than 16. I plus plus. Yeah, it increments. Okay, where's the one that relies on player velocity? Okay. I think I need... Oh. I think I just needed this. Yeah, I don't think I need this one. Player.getRect with root. Okay. I don't think it's going to spawn this at the mouse position. Actually... So, new dust. Vector 2, rect x, rect y, rect width, dot rect height. Oh, wait, hold on. Data spawn dust. Huh? Alright, let's just see what this does. Let's just see what this does. So much dust. See if this even loads. Okay, it does. No. Okay, so that... Now I'm just constantly sparkling around me. It has nothing to do with when I click. That's because I didn't do the toggle on. We'll talk. Okay, so it should be like if toggle on is true. If toggle on blue, then it does the dust. So that should be only activating this dust effect when I'm clicking. Workshop, develop, reload. Here. And it's not. When does toggle on become true? That's more dust. Huh. If I set it to false. Or maybe this. Save. Okay. Do I need like an empty hand? No. I guess toggle on, but how is toggle on specified? I guess I just assumed it was with the mouse, but I guess toggle on was never really determined. So toggle on. How does one tell what toggle on is? Hmm. Oh, so toggle on. Because right now toggle on is always set to false or equal. Okay. Oh, oh. Let's see what this does. Convert vector 2 to float. Okay. I just wanted... Alright. Let's save. Or would I set this equal to a player input? Okay, let's see what this does first. Nothing. I can't tell. Okay. Well, loaded the code, it just didn't do anything. Okay, so if I know, say toggle on was player dot input, and we assign an input. How does a sword work? How do you use style? There's no like player has to swing. Well, let's like look at this. There's a float toggle on there's a boolean toggle on. Ooh, yeah. It it was raining a whole lot for me yesterday too, but it's not raining for me today. So that is nice. I mean, I like the rain, but it's nice to be able to go out without getting soaking wet, you know? Does nothing yet. Go on. Does nothing. This should already call the mouse. Player, mounted player, or float, jump speed, float x velocity. Hmm. Hey, you're green. Welcome to being green. Were you able to like change it yourself? Uh, hmm. Huh. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know you could change your Twitch name. I mean, it makes sense that you should be able to change it yourself. Hmm. Set defaults. Earth pool, skip dust. Aim ability? What is aim ability to? Do I need to have aim ability to have usability? While charging. Allows you to make things happen while the mount ability is mount aiming. While the mount ability is aiming. While charging? What? I don't know. Aim ability. They have like no information on this. It does not explain itself like at all. Hmm. I think what I really need to know is how to spawn in a projectile. Spawn in projectile. Use projectile dot new projectile. Why didn't I look this up earlier? Shadow Blood Veil, my projectile. But it's in projectiles. It's in the projectiles namespace. Um, projectile owner. Projectile F5. Plays a sound when the projectile spawns. Whoa. Dust code. Disposition of the projectiles that centers the player center. Player owner. Projectile owner. Player. Main.net mode is not. So owner.center. Player owner equals main player projectile owner. Owner center X, owner center Y, 00. Projectile type, shadow blood veil. Main dot my player. Okay, what if I copy this sort of code here? I go. First off, this should just be constantly generating dust. And this is just projectile ID. And the Scuttlix laser. Zero zero my main player. Okay, so owner center X, owner center Y. This is speed. I mean, I'm fine with that. Owner dot center. Maybe just do player. Player owner equals. Well, what if I just did? Why is it dot owner? Why does it need dot owner? I could just do player dot center X, right? Yeah, player dot center. player.center. 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 File. Save. See what happens. I guess it's not gonna load. No. Need a colon. Did I forget a colon somewhere? 102? 102? No. Wait. Where did it say I need a colon? 163. Oh. I had to player type. I'm just gonna comment that out actually. Try. Projectile ID does not exist in the current context. What did they do for that? I do Terraria projectile projectile ID. How about that? Save. Retry. Damn. Terraria.projectile ID? I'm just shooting in the dark here. Save. Just Well, I'm glad you finished your coffee. I've been here bashing my head into a wall. Save. Projectile. How'd the other code do it? They used mod.projectile type. Okay. Projectile type, maybe? Projectile type. Is project type defined anywhere here? Proj type. Yeah. So let's see. In their code, is projectile type defined anywhere? There's nothing. Response to projectile of the same type. This whole thing is in the projectile framework. Why does Twitch keep giving you up? True. The universe is telling you to go outside. And honestly, it might be telling me to go outside, because I cannot figure this out. And I'm only supposed to do my stream for 3 hours. Oh, it just sucks to have a stream where I don't figure anything out. I've been here for 3 hours, and I haven't got anything to show for it. I mean, I got something, but I just... frustrating. I don't know if this is a VOD that I mean, I could upload a very heavily edited version of this, because otherwise it's just going to be 3 hours of me being upset. Yeah, I think I might call it here. Give myself a little bit of a brain break, because I am not getting this. Alright. Well, here, let me do something real quick. So I go turn it off. And then I go like this. So now you should only be able to see the code. We could play sketchies tonight. I have a lab I need to go to, but other than that, should be good. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Um, Thanks for stopping by. Ugh, this one's gonna be rough. I might work on this a little bit later, maybe off stream, but yeah. Thank you. I shall have brain break. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.